this coverage and you will also receive information about a free prescription discount card called 800-781-6932. That's 800-781-6932. Portals. I can look at some damage caused by how bears did all that?
Hey, Sleeve, how you doing? I was just sharing myself out. What's for dinner tonight? I'm going to have leftovers. I cooked a home chef meal yesterday, and it's for 2 servings, so I'll have the second portion today. It was called the Sunday Super Sunday pot roast meatballs with mashed potatoes and chives and peas. Wasn't bad. Actually, I liked it. Something really simple, about 15 minutes to make. Not bad at all. So I don't have to cook. I'm going to have leftovers. So what are you having for dinner? I it's still pretty hot, so I'm glad I don't have to do anything but heat things up. Oh, and how was your weekend? Huh. A 5 cheese pizza for $2.99. Oh, let me know how that turned out. Um, where'd you get it from? I don't even know if California would have it, or at least sometimes LA have things that where I am we don't have. But that's a pretty good meal. That's a pretty good price. And if it's good, hey, I do what I can on the weekends. Yeah, I try to cram a lot of things into the just not enough time. But where'd you get it from? Was it Pizza Hut or Domino's or Caesars or just something, your neighborhood pizzeria? Oh, okay. Yeah, we have an Aldi. Okay, it was on sale for pizza. That's a good price. Yeah, we have Aldi's here. One is about, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not far at all. So I might check it out and see what they have because that would be pop that in the freezer if I didn't want it then. That's a cheap dinner. Jewel store, local and frozen. Okay. Southern California, to my knowledge, we don't have Jewel. I remember when I was in Chicago, we had Jewel, but yeah, I have not seen a Jewel in Southern California. I don't even think we have it in California, but I may be wrong. Yeah, it's a lot of things we had in Chicago. And I don't know. I try to compare even the little mom and pop places, the places we used to grab some barbecue ribs and stuff like that. I still say Chicago food is better than LA food. That's my opinion. I've been here just, chilling for the day, doing a little work here and there. And I have an idea for some content, and I want to make it interesting. I want to bring more awareness to seniors that don't have enough to eat. And I think I want to make it where people will watch it, but then the bottom line of it is that point that a lot of seniors don't get enough to eat. So, hey, Purple, how you doing? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was looking at StreamYard, so I didn't see you. Yeah, so I want to put something together. If I don't put it together today, I'll put it together tomorrow, possibly to upload tomorrow, if not Wednesday. But I think it'll be an entertaining way to bring it more into the forefront. And if you make something and if you upload something and you have a message to it, and if it doesn't grab people's attention, it's like, what's the point? So I'm gonna try to, put little clips that will hold people attention, and in fact, not only seniors, like a lot of people, period, don't have enough to eat because people are not working. Are you safe from fires in California? Yeah, I am. I can smell it. Not so much today, but I was smelling it, but I couldn't see them and they were not close enough that I would be in danger for now. Yeah, yeah, but see that comes along with California because of the weather, and then it's dry, and there's a lot of and then somebody flick a cigarette, or somebody go camping, and there you go. But that comes along with floods, which floods after all the but fires, floods, and earthquake. That's California. Yeah, but I'm good. But I kept smelling it more so, I think Saturday or yesterday. That was Saturday, I think, where I just kept smelling it, and I looked around and I didn't see anything. But yeah, I should kind of Google it for my area and see where it is. But I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for just bringing it up. But I'm safe. Yeah, I'm safe. It's just I just can smell it. I just can smell it. Not so much today though. Just a little bit. Yeah, we got a lot of things that go on in California, even the high cost of living. I think New York, California, uh, I would even put Connecticut and Florida, the high cost of living. Yeah. What you have to spend in some parts of California, it's like you gotta be kidding. It look like a shack and you want 300,000 for it. It's ridiculous. And that I live in because you get more for your money without being bothered with what comes along with reasonable housing. The neighborhood that I live in, it is I don't have any complaints as far as you know being bothered with what comes along with certain places. I don't have to be bothered with that. Although those areas are not too bad, but you know what? I really don't have problems here. I just would prefer to be somewhere else, but I really don't have problems here except for a particular neighbor that lives close to me. Uh, but as far as any tensions or whatever, knock on wood, I don't have. Uh, I don't have a lot of problems here. Hey, Life with Lily, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. How have you been doing? And did you have a good weekend? I know everybody is sick of the heat. I know I am. I'm ready for some, fall weather. I'm ready for it to, I think it was going to be in the hundreds today or either the high 90s. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like in the hundreds right now. But yeah, I'm kind of sick of this. If it would get like 78 degrees, something like that, that's perfect for me. But I am ready. Well, so what you been up to, Lily? Anything special that you did over the weekend? Yeah. Oh, your weekend was great. Good, good, good. I did some things, but I had so many things I said I was going to um get out of the way and kind of get accomplished. Hmm. I had good intentions, but I just didn't get there. Hey Deborah, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining the live. I know you be staying busy. How did your son enjoy his birthday? Rule says I went to Chicago on Sunday. My daughter made me wear a mask to go into her apartment. Good, good. Chicago is beautiful, but I'm scared to go there. We used to take the kids there 15 years ago to the beach. Yeah, like I told you guys before, I take the train there. But I remember you said you were gonna drive. So how was that drive? How was that drive? I wouldn't mind going back. Maybe not now, but in a few months. I'm good, Deborah. Thank you for asking. I'm good. Just doing a little bit at a time. The weather is too hot to be, doing some heavy duty stuff. I wanted to exercise because, some of those quarantine pounds kind of latched on to me and won't fall off. So maybe, when the sun is setting and it cools off, I'll take my dog for a good walk because they're getting a little fat too. Oh, his birthday was nice. Good, good, good. I'm glad he enjoyed it. You crack me up, tell you asking your son, singing to your son, tell me what you want, and then telling him in essence to go see his daddy, whatever it is. Hey, you better look at pops. That was funny. Oh, the drive was good. Yeah, I like drives. I like taking a road trip. I mean, and it is perfect if somebody else is driving. um, yeah, I do. I like taking road trips. Um, and I don't mind long distance ones as long as we can stop whenever we want to stretch out or go to a restaurant and eat depending on where we're going, just getting a room. I know, Deborah, that was funny. Okay, Purple, thank you for joining in. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? You love road trips too, Lily? Yeah, that to me, put on, the conversation. Then if you don't want to talk, put on some instrumental pop stuff that just bouncing. The speakers are almost bouncing out of the car. Not that kind of music, but some slow jams or some jazz or even some nice gospel. Uh, certain things for a road trip. Not anything that I want to get up and hop around on. Yeah, something mellow and it's perfect. Yeah, guy. Oh, I wanted to, guys. I'm gonna have to get off my phone because I want to pull something. So forgive me if I'm a little late on the comments because I want to share something with you guys. Okay, just a second. Okay, let me tell you what it was, and then I'll put the links in the description area after the live. But let me tell you. Um, Today I went on a live earlier, and next time I go on a live with the same concept, it'll be Wednesday. But what these three ladies did, and it was called Motivation Monday for all YouTubers. What they did is you come onto their channel And they try to limit the minutes, but okay, it was a nice size chat. Okay, YouTubers go on the channel, and what they do is they have a list of people, and you just tell them, put me on the list, put me on the list. If they don't have time, when they raid the next person's channel, it's three ladies, it goes on her channel. If they don't have time for, and some, it's more YouTubers left, they go to the next, um, they go to the next, they raid the next channel. But what they do is you go on there, they will put your link down to one of your videos. Everybody watches it. Everybody gets on the link. Everybody watches your video, subscribes, and comments. And guys, that is an excellent way, great idea to help grow your channel. Because some people put it in their I'll watch it later deal, and you might not have time or whatever, you might forget or whatever. But Wednesday, they're going to do it again. I don't know if it's going to be the exact same concept, because it was my first time getting on this type of live. But it worked out so well. Let me read the comments. Oh man, 15 years ago in Grand Park in Chicago, they were giving haircuts in the park. People were having fun with families, not like that now. I miss it. Oh shoot, a lot of things have changed, Rule. A lot of things I remember we used to do. And then you go back, I will go back and visit and kind of look forward to those things. And hey, they long gone. Even some of the good places I was telling you about to get some good ribs, some good soul food or whatever, it's like, where are they? And I know now, they're probably not there. Probably went out of business to those that were left. I don't know. But yeah, I used to have so much fun uh going into the city. But like I said, next time I go there, I'm riding the train. I'm going by myself. I'm not telling anybody I'm going, and you know, and I want to just do the things I want to do. You know, and that's funny. And you know what? I appreciated the people that fixed dinner for me when I went out there, or took me to a restaurant, or this or that. But it's funny, and I don't mean this as a dig. It's just the way it is. Those of you out there who do live in California, or have visited California, there's a lot to do out here. When it's not a pandemic. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of amusement parks. It's just a lot to do in California, Southern California, and even if you go to Northern California, just a lot to do. So people, relatives, and friends will come out to California, and they wanted you to take them to Disneyland, Universal Studios, Knott's Berry Farm, Santa Monica Pier, Venice Beach. They just want to do all these things. They want to walk down Hollywood Boulevard. But let me go to Chicago. I'll be lucky if somebody fix me dinner. Now, don't get me wrong. Well, the dinners I've been having, that's better than the restaurant. So it was good food. But I wish I could get away with fixing someone dinner. I'm so tired by the time they leave. It's like, oh my gosh, I gotta take a few days off just to recuperate. But it's like, you know what? But when people come to California, they expect all that. And they're given that. So, I'm not change up when the pandemic is over. It's like, okay, there's new it's gonna be new rules. But guys, getting back to that It was fun too. You know, everybody's mostly everybody is watching the same video. And that's good because some people who are monetized, they get people, you know, you supposed to come in and watch the whole video, including the ask. So, and then it builds up your, if you're not monetized, it builds up your watch time hours. So next time they do that on Wednesday, I'm going to put it on my community tab. And so those of you who would just like to build their watch time hours up, then you know, that's a good way. Hey Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hello everybody. No wonder you said you'll be back. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Seeing if I play a little bit of it and I go back in my history instead of, you know, I don't put them on my watch later list. I don't do that. I play a little bit of it and then it's in my history and I go right to it. And that way I don't have no long watch later list, you know, and I'll go back after my live and I will watch that. But yeah, it I'll put it on the list, and like I said, it's three ladies. Let me tell you who they are. If I can go back to my history, um, hold on. I want to give you these ladies' names, and I'm going to put them in their link in the description area. Okay, so one of the ladies, I'm going to have to search. One of the ladies is Foodie Squad. Okay, and hmm, hold on, guys. I'm trying to one of it. One of them is Foodie Squad. Oh, I am so sorry. I cannot. They're on the video, but I can't get into the video yet. Um. Oh, one is Foodie Squad. One is Brown Girl Bella. I'll make sure I put that. And there's one more. I'll make sure I get that other person. Uh, yeah, I'll make sure I get that other person because that is such an excellent idea for everybody to watch your video. And the other one I got it is April WYD is in David. David. April WYD. And just for those lives that I went into, see my subscriber, I have enough, you know, to be monetized, but you know, you always want to, you know, to build that. And it was going up and down, gain some, you lose some. And I was just at one little plateau that I just could not get over. And I went in there and I gained at least uh 20, 25. I'd have to count. I didn't really count, but to 20 to 25 subscribers. So next time I go in, I'll make sure I put the tab on it, on the community tab, and those who can share it out and bring others in. Then there's a new set of people, a new set of people. So, you know, I'm just not anxious about any of this. You know, getting my monetization back. I'm not anxious about it, but I'm gonna do what I do. You know. Oh, you know they're purple. Yeah, they had a live earlier, and usually every once in a while I'll catch an early live, but for the most part, I have had insomnia, and I'm trying to snatch some more Z's. You know what I mean? So it's like it's rare that I watch a earlier live. Okay, good. You guys are going into each other's channel. Great, great, great. But it's just, a lot of people have different ways on how they can, how you can help each other grow your channel. And I had shared that earlier, what I wanted, how I wanted to work my YouTube um, monetization. And so I'm motivated more, because I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to keep the monetization. And so the same energy that I had when I was going to use my monetization for whatever, I want to keep that same energy for what else, what I'm going to really use it for. So that it just was really, 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 guys, encouraging to me to go on that channel and quickly snatch up uh, 25 subscribers with no effort hardly. And it was fun to go into different people's channel and just see what they were offering as content. Um, some of it was funny, and I really didn't have a hard time it keeping my attention, because I enjoyed everybody's channel. So anyway, guys, if I'm gonna leave it in the description area, all three of those channels for the link, and you know, go in there and see when their lives are. And those of you, that just kind of, want to do it a different way, no problem. No, but this is just for people if you want to grow a little bit more. And then, and the more people who are aware of your channel and know, it's just going to make your channel grow. And it might top off for a little while, but then I can see more people joining in on that. But it was split up between three ladies, and you know, I should have put on my laptop and my phone, but I had to go, because they tell you go out and we're all going to watch it. So I had to keep interrupting the live, and I don't like to do that. But next time I'll have my laptop on. Hey, wild boy, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. What you been up to? And did you have a good weekend? Actually, I think I saw you Saturday, but how about yesterday? What you do? And what did you cook? Remember, we were talking about food. What did you cook? Did you have some perch? Did you have some red snapper? Did you have some salmon croquettes? And I forgot to get my salmon when I went to the store, but I got to go back tomorrow and pick up something, so I'll get me some salmon and make me some croquettes, avoiding the heat. I guess that's about all we can do, huh? Well, that's good. That's good. I got the AC on and the fan on, the ceiling fan and the floor fan, and I'm good for right now. I'm good for right now. Except that I'm thirsty right now. So hold on guys, let me get something to drink real quick. Hold on. Okay, I have put me some water bottles in the freezer so they're nice and cold. So, um, like I was saying before you guys came in, um, I was earlier today. I was just searching, just for some how I was going to bring out this particular video. I wanted to draw attention to people who don't get enough to eat, especially the elderly people. And I kind of wanted to just, make it to the point where an in, where it's an interesting video, not just come on there and throw a lot of information and facts at everybody. I'm going to use a couple of clips to kind of bring home the idea, just so, and I think people should be aware of it, but and some people have other things that they're called to do, and so I wanted to kind of bring this to the forefront, people that have a heart to do this, and just kind of put it out there because um, many people can help and many people can. For those who can help, it's one thing to be aware of something, and then it's another thing to help. So for those who have a heart to do that, you know, then they could find an organization to help. Some people may have a heart to do other things, which is just is important. But I wanted to kind of bring some content that will um, kind of tug at people's heart to help more. And you know what? I know they have programs like the food stamp program and all like that. Um, However, it's qualifications to that, and sometimes people are right above that they can't give that. So I just want people to that have a heart to do that, just kind of search and see where they can help. Because I know that food banks are running low, so that may be something that people want to contribute. But anyway, that's what I was doing earlier. Just and so I was trying to put some clips together, um, and not to make fun of it, but they may laugh on these particular clips. But at the same time, it's bringing good information out there. Thank you, Lily. It's just that I don't know. I have certain beliefs, and I don't try to impose them on anyone. I just might mention, what my belief is, and I I don't do it to get back anything. However, I do want to build up things that will have eternal value. Uh, and because we have beliefs, and that's good. But I want to go more towards things that have eternal value. Um, and this YouTube can be so negative and you know from the heart. Yeah, yeah. YouTube can be so negative and so dramatic, but it's what we make of it, guys. We don't have to, we don't have to fall victim to a lot of stuff here. Just don't engage in it. And but at the same time, we could use it for positive things, which people on this channel, you know, have used it for positive things. People that are on the chat right now. have used it for positive things. And even if you're just showing a recipe, that's positive. Go on and cook. Go on and cook and show people. Some people may like certain things, but they don't have a clue how to make it. But show them how to make it. So it doesn't have to be anything that say, "Whoa, wow, that's fantastic." Good job, good job. It could be you showing somebody how to make something. You singing a song like Deborah. Deborah will sing you a song. Go on, girl, and it will tug at your heart. And just a lot of people just bringing information out that's not negative. Anything that's not negative. Um, I know I had been watching. I told myself I was going to cut down, and it's a very serious thing that happened, and a lot of YouTubers had it on their channel. But I have to cut down. I had to stop unless something remarkable happened. All the information that's out there about Sweetie Pie's grandson getting killed. And then how the murder for hire, his uncle did it, Tim Norman. Okay, that's a very serious subject. And I'm glad there people are making other people aware of that. But guys, um, I had dream after dream. I'd wake up and it wouldn't continue the same way, but it would be the same type of dream of that. In my recommendations, something regarding that would pop up, and I would say, okay, let me see what this content creator said about it. And I found myself that was just infiltrating my mind with that. Now, like I said, it's a very important subject, and it's just sad and despicable and evil. I believe it's demonic what happened. But me myself, okay, I gotta push that aside for a little bit because it was just consuming me because I kept thinking back to how his mother, the nephew that got killed, how his mother felt, how his siblings, how everybody felt on that side. And then Sweetie Pie, Miss Robbie was his grandmother who tried to help and who has had so much tragedy in her life. I don't know if it was her fiance or her husband. Um, he got killed. Then her son by him got killed, and then the son that he did, and then the son he had got killed, and then a nephew got. I mean, it was just so much, and so like I said, when I was having those back to back to back dreams, I said this. It was just it was just too much. So it's like unless I'm not, if I see it in my recommendations, okay, I know I'm up to par when it comes to what's going on with the case. So I don't need to watch it anymore. The best thing I can do is pray for everybody involved. Pray for the grandmother, for the mother, for just the family. But I can't keep watching it, and I can, and I put I think two videos of my own regarding that, and then an update. So it's got to come a time that I kind of just gotta stop because if you stop and think about it, it's so heartbreaking. It's so sad. And the lady is 80 years old that's enduring this. Like, how much can a person stand, you know, with all the tragedies? But for me, I have to guard my heart. as well, and not being callous about of it, and not saying that I don't care. I just have to pray because there's nothing I can do about it. But I can pray, and I believe prayer is powerful. Wild Boy says that's still hard to imagine his nephew. I could never do so. That is pure evil, Wild Boy. But see, I was going overboard with that. Okay, some of you guys, okay, you know about it. You can see maybe a couple of what I was just every time that was the subject I was watching. And then I would read the comments, and people would come up with different scenarios, and which was the way I felt about it. And then you comment, and then they comment back, and you're going back and forth, and that was so consuming. So it's like, oh Lord, I gotta stop this, because although it was a series, on TV, it involved a real family with real issues, and the murder was real, and it's real that the uncle plotted to kill his own nephew, his dead brother's child. And yeah, wow, boy, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I just had to, things will pop up. As I'm just gonna put not interested, because it's not that I'm not interested, but I just, when something hurts your heart, but you keep on and keep on and keep on, it's like that. Mm, I had to stop. I had to stop and just you know, okay, reset, no more. Now I'll bring people information when the trial comes up, or depending on what it says, I might not bring anything back until some new information come up. Like if they find the trigger person, or they find out who the trigger person. But then after I do that, then I'm not going to go into anybody else's video contents to see what they said about it, because the same things are being said, it's just being said different ways, but a lot of people are agreeing on certain things. And I agree with a lot of things that are said, theories. And like I told, some of the people was like, we can go on and discuss this or whatever, because we're trying to make sense out of it. But it makes no sense what happened. It was senseless. And then, you keep talking about something because uh, you feel like if you know enough, if you can kind of settle that in your mind, you'll feel better. But it's not helping me. It's not helping me. I guess because I watched all the series, and I can't say that about everything on TV, but I watched everything about that family, and even saw the cousin Charles, even saw him and knew that something was bothering him, not knowing at that particular time his cousin Andre had got killed. But I knew something was up with him. He just looked lost, like he was going to break down and cry, like he was taking everything within him to keep it together. And I was in the area, went to the movies. Oh, Sweetie Pies is right down the street in North Hollywood. I want to try to eat chicken, but the line was too long. And so that's how I saw Charles. So to feel like you have, even though it's a slight connection, so you feel like, oh, I have a connection to this family because I was right there at the Sweetie Pies. So you keep on reading it. I can't do it. I can't do it. To hurt my nephews, you would have to kill me first. That's great. It is. And it looks like he was planning it for 2 years. He was planning it at least 2 years. 2014 is when he got the insurance policy, but even before then, he had to try to, in his mind, it seemed like put everything, all the ducks in a row to accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. And then all the while looking into his nephew's face and dealing with him every day, knowing he had put a hit out on him. That's crazy to me. Marilyn, do you think Tim's mom being a celebrity has anything to do with how he thinks? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I know he spent 10 years in prison for aggravated assault and an armed robbery. Um, and she was a single parent raising him, and being a single parent. And she was the background singers for Ike and Tina Turner. And then something to do with her lung collapsing or something like that. And then she went into the restaurant business. So I can see her being so busy that Tim went to the streets. I can see that. So I understand. However, maybe it's a good possibility. And then when he got out of prison, and that being her only child, because the older one was killed, murdered. And so he came out of prison immediately, had a career, started working into those restaurants, had advantages a lot of people that haven't been to prison had. A lot of felons come out and they don't have all that waiting for them. But he had, he had a lot of opportunities, and then he just got greedy, and I think greed and jealousy got into his heart. It's very possible, Wild Boy. Very possible. Hey, Unreal Aussie, how are you doing? Oh, hey, lovely Marilyn. Well, thank you. Thank you, Aussie. Um, but there's a lot of men, a lot of women that don't have both parents, but they don't go around killing folks for the insurance money or you know what I mean? It's gotta take it's gotta take some kind of evil to be that is disconnected in him. Like I said, I believe my personal beliefs is it was a very demonic act, very demonic. I believe that at one point it might have been in prison. The things that he ran across, the things he had to endure, might have been in prison. At some point, my belief is the door, Tim opened the door, and the things of the spirit he was not equipped to handle demonic spirit, demonic unclean spirit. That's my belief, guys. You know, that's my belief. That's my opinion on what could have happened. Because to go through all that to kill someone, a family member, that's not normal. Sorry, guys, I had to drink some water. That is not normal. I don't care if you're spiritual or not spiritual. You got to agree that is not normal for your uncle to put a hit on you, and that same uncle got together with the insurance agent that he knew and falsified information in order to get that. I mean, it was too much. Evidently, they still didn't know what they were doing because they got caught real easy. But to go through the time to fraudulently get that together, it had, whether it was good planning or not, to sit down at a table with an agent and plan all of that out. That was premeditated, minimum 2 years. So, anyways, Tim wanted to live like a rapper, but had no talent. He thought he did. He thought because his mama was singing with Ike and Tina Turner that, for somehow that rubbed off on him. Well, not necessarily because, you know, I mean, everybody is not a whining, like BB and CC. All of them can sing. All of them, every last one of them siblings, they don't sing, they sang. Hey Nadia, how you doing? How you listening to me in the shower? Well, you go, girl. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope you had. Oh, let me tell the people what I told you. What I told you. This is really quick, guys. This is really quick. So, some people in the chat may know some things and some may not. And I'm not going to go over it. If you know, you know. Some people were in the chat and some people, Anyway, it's some things that happened in one of my lives. Okay. So it's like certain things didn't sit well with me, whatever. Um, and it was just something that was unfortunate. Okay. So anyway, Sundays, people are not going to church. They're doing it mostly, online. So I go online and listen to the message. But before all of that started, I had noticed this one lady. Uh, I know it's not her real name. It's like, a name she just, she didn't use her real name. But I see her in the chat every week. And people usually don't pinpoint people, hey, how you doing? They just say, hello, good evening, everyone. And so soon as I came into the chat part, it was a praise singer was singing in. Soon as I came into the chat, she speaks and she says, hello, Marilyn, at being Marilyn, because I use my same name. And I'm thinking right off the bat, people usually don't address anybody personally. And then I spoke back, and then she says, let me paraphrase because I don't remember exactly. She said, God is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Now, I knew exactly what she was talking about, and it's a couple of things. It included that incident that was in my chat, but it also included something that I'll be able to share with someone because share with you guys because it will be, to me, it would be you'll be able to tell that God is all in it when it is happening now, but it has not come to the point where I want to say anything about it. But so I just instantly um, told Nadia about it because I just felt like, well, I had access to give her that that comment, but I just instantly felt that that would bless Nadia, and she would get me. She would get what I'm trying to say. Not saying other people wouldn't get it, but I knew that Nadia would get it. And it was like of all the people who come in the chat, this one lady just zero in on me to give me a message. I knew that that was a real thing. I knew, and this lady don't know nothing about me. She don't know, well, my picture, but you know what I mean. She don't know where I live. She don't know anything about me. We just don't. It's just not like that in that particular setting. You get closer to people on the lives here. You have your cyber buddies, and the people get real cool with each other. But this lady didn't have anything. She didn't know me from nobody, and to pinpoint me as soon as I got in the live, you know, and she doesn't have a channel. She doesn't have a channel. She just, because afterwards I clicked to see, okay, this lady be sneaking in my lives and stuff, and no, she don't have a channel, and she's never, and even then, I just don't believe that she knew anything, but I felt I know what she was talking about. My niece and nephew are like my own. I would lay down. I mean, I know you're choosing a life for them. There could never be a price on your baby's head. He's a psychopath. Yes, he is a psychopath. And that's what I think the reason why I kept going into different lives to, if they had, I felt like I was going to get some more information, which it ended up being like the same information, but you know how you try to make sense out of something. You try to make sense out of something, but I don't care how much we think, guys, about this and ponder over it. It's not gonna make sense what he did to his nephew. It's not gonna make sense. God used her to say what your heart needed to hear. It exactly, Nadia, because he always tells us he will fight our battle, and a lot of times we might get uh, a little irritated with someone and decide we're gonna fight our own battle. In essence, too, it was telling me to, be still, be still. Don't go. Don't you? Even if the opportunity presents itself, don't go back and forth. Don't go back and forth. And in my spirit, I felt he was telling me, "I got this. You just be still. I got this." And if something is going on in your life, and this goes to anybody, if something is going on to your life, and and it's like, wow, what was all that for? And you want to kind of like retaliate, don't. Okay. Because I initially said all I want to say that day. So it's nothing more to say or do. It's like, and so, but I felt like I was being told, I got you. Don't, don't, don't do, don't entertain the thought of saying anything else. I got you. And I believe that. I believe he fights our battles. And when he fights our battle, he don't need our help. He don't need our help. We don't have no powers except through him, but we don't have no powers. He can do things and to a point that, oh, other people, you would have been better off if the person chastised you. So that it was because I prayed on certain things. I pray about things, and I when I pray, then I want to be still and I want to be quiet. So if if there's a direction or if I'm supposed to take, then I'll be able to sense that in my spirit. So just sometimes, after you pray, just be still and quiet after you pray. Just and then now you guys gotta know. I know some of you guys that information has just pops into your spirit, into your mind, and it's it's the right thing at that time to hear. Or it's right directions that, oh, I know that wasn't me. I'm not that deep. That must be God because I am not that deep. He'll put things in your spirit and you'll say, whoa, that's got to be God. Now, I know you guys have experienced that. I ain't the only one. Hey, Eurydice, how are you doing? I'm basically on my on StreamYard on my laptop, so if you've been in the live for a little bit, you know how StreamYard is a little, on the late freight. Hey, Marie, how are you? Hey, one SP, thank you, SP. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I'm sorry it was so hot, but whatever the case, we still kicking with all this going on, with all the things that's going down. We still here. So I'm thankful for all of it. But yeah, let me just say this real quickly for the people that came in. I was telling them about I'm gonna leave the names of three people in my, the links of three YouTubers in my chat. I mean, in my description. And I had went to one of their lives, and you go to their lives and tell them you want to be on the list. And what they do is they go. Everybody goes into your video, watch the entire video, and subscribe. And that's just one of the ways a lot of people have different ideas and of growing. And I thought the way this one lady did it um, was another good way for people to, and it was effortless. And everybody is all you imagine your watch time, and then those of you who are monetized, all those people in the chat, all going to your video. And we do that for each other. We do that already. We do that for each other as far as supporting each other, whatever. But that's something additional to what we are already doing. Because, people are supporting my videos, I'm supporting theirs. And so basically, but see, a lot of people that I didn't know was in that particular live. So I picked up and at that moment everybody is watching your video, then everybody comes back, and then the next person, so we all going to that person, so it's done a little different, but nevertheless I think it's a good thing that it will help. Just like just like he bring folks to add to you, he will surely remove some in order for your growth, lesson, breakthrough. That's right, I believe that, Nadia. I believe that. And what I mentioned the other day about, you know, some people just aren't meant to be in your life, but for a very short season. And when that season is over, stop trying to force it to fit. Don't force it to fit. You see it's not fitting. Leave it alone. So, for a short while, people are going to and then some people are just going to be there for the long haul. They're going to support you. They are going to be genuinely concerned about you and your well-being. But some people, are just supposed to be there for a minute. Stop trying to drag it. Okay? Take it for what it's worth. We always making excuses for people to read, oh well, that person didn't mean it. And sometimes they don't. But even then, if it's not if it's toxic to your life, why you keep putting up with it? Gone, let them gone. We were supposed to just be here for a minute. Stop. I mean, I'm talking to me. Stop dragging it on. It would be much better if we just take what it's supposed to be, take the meat and throw away the fat. In other words, because if you extend something and it's not supposed to be, it's not going to have any value, because then from there on it's just fat. So guys, you guys, thank you so much for coming in. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because like I said, I had to stop looking at them videos with Tim Norman. And people, they so funny. They feel like, okay, I just said all what I want to say, and now I'm gonna attack the way he looked. Now I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but I laughed on a lot of that because some people just funny. Have you met people that they sense of humor? They say something, and even in the way people comment, that humor will come through. Now I'm not saying it's right, but some people had me cracking up. And so I had to kind of pull back and say, okay, I'm laughing just a little bit too hard on that. It's like I'm not supposed to be laughing at that, but it's something just funny, guys. Wild Boy says that's why you can't consider everybody friend. Some are just associates. That's right. I believe that. I agree with that. Friendship is a very important thing to me. And let's face it, everybody's not going to qualify. And that doesn't mean, you have to be enemies. Hey, hi, sorry I'm late. I saw you were live. I had to do one thing. Oh, that's okay, Coleman. I appreciate you coming in. That's okay. Sounds as if I missed a confirmation. Okay, Marie. Oh, you do have lady hips. Nadia knew exactly. You said I've said this for years. Some people were talking about he had childbearing hips. It's like that's a man. How he gonna have childbearing? I mean, I laughed just a little bit too hard on it because people are funny. I mean, I was going to different ones, and my stomach was hurting because people was just they were just cruel. But the way they put it, he could have transferred some of them areas over to me, Lord. Me? No, no, I'm not gonna say me too. Well, I should get rid of some of mine. It says, "Hey, wild boy, I tried to find your page. If you can leave me a comment up on the upload, you really see. But you really see, you know that's the truth." And they were just some people were just like in amazed. They were amazed how he was built. And I was saying, you guys, not the childbearing hips. I mean, it's like I was just trying not to contribute to what was being said. But I'm sorry, guys. That was funny to me, and maybe I just needed a good laugh. Maybe I did laugh though. I said, oh, "Okay, I'm sorry. Those hips will do just." That's another thing that they said. That's another thing that they said like they're gonna be just fine. He does. He does. He has a queen. Oh, and I tell you guys, I just found it so funny, and I don't care how you try. Like when you go someplace, and I used to do this in church when my mama daddy used to make me go. You find we weren't supposed to be kiki and giggling in church, but for some reason, one thing you would find so funny to the fact that it hurt not to laugh. Have you guys ever done that? He made those hips and yelled at me. He came out slim. He went in slim. He came out with hips. I'm wrong. I'm wrong, God. I'm wrong. I shouldn't be laughing. Those hips so wide. What you say? They so wide he waddled like a pregnant woman. Okay, stop, Marilyn. Well, he got it more to come. He's someone male now, someone mate now. Mm, okay, he gonna have to. Okay, I can't believe him. Not, I don't believe that he will ever get out of jail after this because it was so premeditated. See, that's what's gone. He hired murder for hire, premeditated because he had 2 years to to stop. Okay, stop. This is enough. I'm thinking, stinking. This is okay. I'm not gonna do it. He had years to reconsider. I'm sorry, Marie. So it's like, because I'm saying it's like I'm a visual type of person. So when you guys are saying certain things, I'm picturing this, and that's what make it even more funny for me. Yeah, to avoid getting popped in church, you have to rub your eyes real hard and act like you're 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 trying your Mary Jane shoes that you don't get caught giggling. And it just never failed. I always think someone's always doing something Even if it's one of the sisters or one of the old mothers, you know, and I know I shouldn't be laughing at certain things. And when they, when the music come on, the way some people, dance in church, whatever. And then I would think, they pull like I said, oh, they doing a cha cha. I would do stuff like that. Lord forgive me, but that it would be something, and I'd get the giggles and can't stop. Well, boy said that may be why he was smiling. Like I'm going back. Oh yeah, child, I'm going back to the good times. Don't let me start doing El Green. you know. Oh, you're right though. He needs to stay. I believe, see, because he ain't got no good attorney. He got a public defender. And I guess there's some good public defenders out there, but somehow I don't really think he got it. That's just me. I don't know the man though. I'm thinking he might get the death penalty. But with all of the appeals, it could be 20 years later. If it, unless they drop it down to after appeal life, or he might do a plea deal, life with no possibility of parole. What you say? If you get caught, you get popped, and no tic tacs. So my grandma was no joke in church. I'm telling you, it seemed like things only got funny when I wasn't supposed to laugh. We had those extra mothers of the church that do the shout, do extra. I couldn't laugh. I'm telling you, she's my sister-in-law now, but at the time she wasn't, and I guess she got happy. I'm not kidding. She broke down with a cha cha. She wanted to do something, and then she just broke out doing that, or sort of like the Texas hop. And I know I wasn't supposed to laugh. Let me plug up my battery before I lose y'all. But yeah, it's like now all this week, Monday through Saturday, when I could have laughed my heart out, and then I wait till church time, get in those buildings, and everything was funny. But I realize now those distractions, so I wouldn't hear nothing else, and that was a distraction to keep me laughing, so I wouldn't hear the message. We had those extra. Okay, I read that. Oh yeah, he broke. He got a public defender. He broke. See, he ain't gonna get nobody's dream team unless Robbie pay for an attorney, and I just don't see her doing that. I know this is Mama, Miss Robbie. I just don't see her taking, because I'm sure she can afford it. See, she was a smart cookie. She can afford it. I just don't see her doing that. Hold on, guys. Need my glasses on. Sometimes my mother and I used to get the laughing attacks, and I would get up and go to the restroom. You had to splash some water on your face, get that last, maybe try to get that last little giggle out. Oh yeah. I mean, and it, like I said, it was painful to try to suppress that laugh, and just sometimes you just burst out, and then you have to pray, help me, Jesus, help me. I don't want to laugh, but this, you had to pray about it. I get scared of some of those that dance in church. It's scary. You do? No. At first, when I was younger, when they was striking when they get a little step, I thought it was funny. And then as I grew up, yeah, bless their heart. Oh, as a child, yeah, as a child, I just, like I said, I thought it was funny. And then my cousin would go and we would sit so we wouldn't have to whisper. We, be passing notes back and forth. And then she would be, talking about, look at such and such, and then here I go again, giggling. When I see a video of my friend's father's church, I was like, what they do? He said they had the Holy Ghost when we were kids. It was, like I said, I thought it was funny, the dancing as a kid. But I think if somebody came in and they really didn't understand what in the world, it might be scary to some people. Yeah, I see it. But I'm telling you, and then when we became like teenagers, see, I didn't need to hang out with my cousin, at least not at church. We would have, the little compact mirrors, and we'd be, look at that boy over there. Ooh, don't he look good? And then we'd be focusing on mirrors to see which boy was cute. We were a mess, a hot mess. Yeah, she's not. I guess she's not with on this one. That's why he's got that free attorney. Yeah, because I think that if she was going to do something, she would have done it. And I heard that she had went down there to see him. I don't know if that's true or not, but if she did, she want answers. She want answers. I don't think she would. I think whatever she do right now, she want answers. Um, because in different chats and in different comments, people were saying, "Remember when her house got broken into? Remember this, remember that," and then other people say, "Yeah, I remember it. I bet it was him." And I don't know, guys, if it was him, but I think because he didn't get a dime from the insurance company, and that was in 2016 when he was trying to get that money, it could be like, who's next? Okay. So let me do a few things to kind of build up an alibi or reason. And I'm not saying this is it, guys, but like I say, your mind just kind of, I wonder, I wonder if this happened, that happened. So I'm thinking and I'm saying, if he did do it, then one person said he was looking for the life insurance policy and see if who she got on her beneficiary. And then somebody else say, well, um, maybe he found the life insurance and he knew exactly who was on, and But I'm saying if it was, and I don't know, if it was Tim, who's to say that if something would have happened, people would think, well, you remember when her house got broken in, maybe the same people came back and it was a robbery, burglary gone wrong. It happens. People ransacked in other people's houses, and then that person wake up and discover, and they get hurt, and a lot of people die. So it's like, oh my gosh. And then I don't know how true it is, but people saying, well, yeah, he had $1 million policy on his mama. Like, oh, don't say it, please. So that's why I was saying, I had to stop going into all these people channel talking about it, because then it's like, you know, when it's time for me to go to sleep, then I'm at be dreaming about it. Like, that's not restful sleep. But you say, well, boy, I was in Catholic school. I was used to nuns and priests. How'd you like Catholic school? Because I knew a couple of my nieces on my ex's side, they went to Catholic school. Ooh, they was boy crazy. They went to all girls schools. Like, And like me and my other cousin, we thought we was boy crazy. And look back at that, I said, oh, we wasn't nothing compared to that. Can you imagine losing your son and then losing his son, your grandson, by the doings of your others? I know, Nadia. That's the part that is just hard to process. It's hard for me to process that. I'ma tell you, people in my family get on my last nerve. I mean, my last nerve. But to think of something like that and to carry it out and to just, strategize all step one, two, and all. Oh, can't. I can't. I I can't process that. That clip that showed him and Miss Robbie, walking down that one street where all of those family members were killed and looking pitiful, shaking my head. It pisses me off now watching that scene, because see, he knew all along, and that's what's in our mind. Is buffering? Are you guys? Am I buffering? Because I'm not seeing it on my end, Marie. See, and that's the part that that is so evil. He know all along that he set all that in motion. He may not have been the trigger man, but he set that up. And then trying to, and his mannerisms, like, just too cool, too calm. Didn't stutter one time. Trying to explain to people, well, this is, and this is the where my father got, with his mother with him. Oh, that was the part that, if I could just reach to the through the television screen, you just want to yoke him up. She did. She's not trying to help him, and I agree. Who's next? Right. I don't believe she's trying to help him. Like I said, if she go down there to visit him, she's trying to get some information. Like, why? Why him? He hated that boy all the while. He had hate in his heart for his nephew all that time. That's what it was. Pure hate. You got kicked out of you got kicked out. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I probably would have got kicked out too. Well, boy, I wasn't having it. If I would have went to all girl school, I would have got kicked out. I don't know why. That's probably why I'm laughing. I can relate. No, it's good over here. His brother was killed. That fool was supposed to protect his neck. Exactly. He was supposed to be the father figure, or, stand in the gap for his dead brother. Oh, just yours? Okay, okay. Because it looked like mine was okay. For fighting, wild boy. Hey, that would probably been me too. So no judgment here, wild boy. No judgment. No judgment. Back in the day, but I'll be honest with you. I never liked to fight. I never, but I would, but I never liked to fight. That was just so unnecessary, you know. Of course, you're going to protect yourself, you're gonna protect yourself if somebody come up to you, and pop you, you know, you're gonna go wild, boy. Wild boy, is that how you got your name fighting in Catholic school? Well, I would have been called wild girl. No, I finished 2 years of high school in Illinois. I'll say Chicago because most people don't know the town. I'll just say Chicago. And then when I moved out here to California too, never got in a fight with rough Chicago. I was young, just turned teenager barely. Had to move out to California to be in a fight. And they say Chicago is rough. Maybe we need to research Tim's brother. What if he has something to do with it? Um, I think somebody tried to do that, and I didn't go behind that person to see what the deal was, but they were saying the timeline he was in prison. I don't know though. Plus, well, that don't mean nothing. I was gonna say plus he was in Los Angeles, and even if he wasn't in prison, he was in St. Louis, but that don't mean nothing because he was when Andre got killed, he was in Mississippi, and Andre got killed in St. Louis, so that don't mean nothing. But I don't know. I don't know. He had to void insurance over 500,000, close to it, Marie. That's right. Sure was. And he had to lie and fake those documents to get it that amount. And the only reason why it was that amount because he knew that insurance agent. He had to lie about his employment, his net worth. It's a lot of things they had to fraudulently put down that to make that amount the amount it was. And then they had an extra money, I think it was 50 grand, maybe not, but that sticks in my mind. If this happened, an extra 50 grand. Then 10 years, if something happened to Andre within 10 years of that policy, he'd get extra money. So it's a lot of conditions. So that's why I believed he did it when he did it. He did it at the time he did it to meet those timelines for that additional money and to meet the qualifications like accident. Not accident you killed a boy on purpose, but I guess insurance companies might consider that an accident because it wasn't old age. I don't know how they do it. But he has so much time to say, this is ridiculous. I am going to stop this madness. And he didn't do that. So to me, guys, I'm sorry. He should get the death penalty. If everything pans out, I just can't see with all what they have on him, I can't see him not being guilty. But they say you innocent until you're proven guilty. We know that ain't what. So that's not the way it is. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Girl, and I was scared to fight. My mother made me fight back or get that belt. She probably knew whoever that other person was. Like, they trying to bully my child. They trying to bully my child. You better fight back. Oh, I can understand why she said that. Because, being a parent, You don't want your child, coming on, well, this person hit me, whatever, and especially if that person bigger than you. Because I can see me as a mother saying that to my child. When my child coming here, with bruises and black eye, whatever, I just, the right thing to do, maybe one thing, but as a mother, I would probably tell my child, you better defend yourself. Because if you let a bully keep doing something, they will continue to do it because they didn't peg you out as a punk. You was getting bullied. Okay. That's why she did it. I'd do it. I'd do the same thing. The name Wild Boy comes from the Martin Show. Who was Wild Boy? Because I watched the Martin Show. The agent. What was that? The agent wasn't on it, right? What you mean, Marie? What you mean? No, oh, you mean as far as on the insurance policy? Not that I know of. As a beneficiary? I think not that I know of, no one has mentioned that. And then somebody had the actual paperwork, not from the insurance policy, but the charges. And I think they would have mentioned that somewhere on all the paperwork that they got on everybody. I think they would have mentioned it if he was one of the beneficiaries. I think he got paid up front, like he paid up front that stripper. She was had negative 200 something dollars in her checking account, and then she come up, and put thousands of dollars in her checking, and then had the nerve to put some in her savings too. But see, that's why criminals, a lot of them are just plain idiots. It is not that I would do anything remotely close to that, but if I did, that money would be somewhere, but it sure wouldn't be in my checking or savings account. You'll never be able to trace that money, and uh. I don't even know if I don't even know if I would bury it in my backyard because that would probably be another place that they would check. But it sure wouldn't be in my bank account. Hey, Sasha, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Oh yeah, he was in on it, Marie. He was in on it because people was wondering what kind of agent would write that policy up to include this, and that, and then he don't have no documents to prove it, and that's why he didn't have the money. Yeah, he was in on it. He was in on it. They knew each other, and he was a producer, music producer, because everybody was saying that he produced some tracks on Nilly's CD from Nillyville. But he lived in St. Louis. Well, that's where Tim lived till he was in Mississippi, but at the time, but that's where he lived. Um, I think that move that Tim did from St. Louis, I think it was to open more sweetie pies, but I think ultimately too to get him far enough away from St. Louis that he would be considered, you know, a suspect. I am well, Sasha. Thank you. That's good. You're good. Yeah, it is, Maria. It is sad, and it's just one of them things, that although we didn't know any of them. Most of us didn't know them, but we saw them every week. Uh, and they showed the different people, different members of the family, and how they interacted with each other. And Tim did not interact well with a few people. He surely didn't interact with Andre. And most times he didn't interact well with Charles. Him and Charles started getting along better later on, but he definitely and some people say certain things on different channels. I don't know whether they're true or not, but this person was saying check Facebook, and I don't have Facebook, so I didn't check it. But one person was saying that Andre's mother on her Facebook page said that Andre had told her, I don't know how true it is, when he was alive, Andre told her if something happened to him, it would be Tim. Like I said, Tim socked him a couple of times, but Tim hit him, and then he had pushed Charles all against the desk, and they had a clip on that on a lot of station channels. They had ran the clip where Tim and Andre like burst in the office of Miss Robbie, and Tim is crying, and Miss Robbie's holding her grandson, little Timmy. Janae's in the room; she's sitting on the floor, and they tell how Tim assaulted both of them. So if Andre felt threatened, I believe he would tell his mother. Uh, you know, but I don't know whether that's true or not. But supposedly is on her Facebook page. Tim has an issue with competition. He sees everyone as a competitor. Exactly. I agree with you. And I think that there was a lot of jealousy when it came to Andre. It's like, when Miss Robbie took him under her wings and made sure he graduated and tried to help him. And maybe he thought that Andre was in the wheel. I can see him if he thought Andre, and there's no reason why he wouldn't have been in his grandmother's wheel. But I can see him being jealous, like, I'm the one opening all these restaurants. I'm the one that's doing all the work. Why is he getting anything? He don't do anything. All he do is because he told Miss Robbie, all Charles and Andre do is play. So it's so it's much more, I think, than what we know right now. And I think that's why people speculate, because so many things are possible. So many scenarios are possible of what happened. Nadia A, true. And he wanted control over all those restaurants. Exactly. Yes, Wild Boy, he did. He wanted control over everything. he would even go. Now this is what I saw. He would even go to the upper crust, which was Miss Robbie's baby, and take stuff for for his restaurant. And Miss Robbie would go out there, give me those pots, give me that stuff. And then he would bring them back. And on one episode, she had took his keys. So, okay, you're gonna take my stuff. Where you going with? You can't ride nowhere. Took the trees to I don't know. Took the not trees, the keys to his truck. So they showed it's a lot of things on those episodes that make you want to go, hmm. So when they show those episodes, the main thing we see is look at him. Huh, I can see that. That just give us room to kind of speculate more when we see those episodes. He seemed to have been jealous of that kid because Miss Robbie was very loving to that kid, and he needed that loving. He needed that. He was. When he went with Miss Robbie to kind of clean off his dad, the one that got killed, clean off his dad's headstone marker, whatever. And he was talking, and he said, "Yeah, my I was only this age when my dad got killed. I forget what age he said, but people tell me he loved me. That was that was so important to him. He knew that his dad loved him, and so I believe that made him feel so good to know, okay, my dad is gone, but he loved me. So when Miss Robbie, I think when Andre came out there with Miss Robbie to St. Louis, and Miss Robbie showed him attention, she showed him love. There was one scene that Andre was interested in music, and he looked up to Miss Robbie, knowing that she was a background singer to one of the biggest duels, Ike and Tina Turner. So he loved and respected Miss Robbie, but he respected her a lot because of her background in music. And so I think that meant a lot to him when she sat down with him and they was going over, some things on the piano. So yeah, she took time out for him. That was a lot. They showed before, they found out what Tim did. They showed different clips that didn't make the episodes, and they showed a lot of clips, and there was a lot of episodes that they cut out of you know parts of the episode that they cut out, and it was a lot of Andre that we he seemed to have been okay. He had a policy on his mom too for $1 million. I found out. That's what I was just saying before you came in, Coleman, that I didn't know how true it was, but he had a policy on his mom for $1 million. Oh, and the comment sections went crazy over that. It's like, oh, really? I mean, when an uncle, we think that when an uncle, planned that for his nephew, and then and then to find out that he put $1 million policy, if that's true, I don't know, $1 million policy on his mother. If we think that, if he could do that to his aunt, what's to say that he won't go a step further for $1 million? And then accidentally, then his mother, like I said, that whole bit with her, somebody breaking into her house. Who's to say that? whether or not Tim set that up for events that would happen later that he could cash in on that policy. I mean, oh, what a web of deceit. So if Miss Robbie went down there to Mississippi to visit him, she went for answers. So the things that's going on in our minds, don't underestimate Miss Robbie. I don't care if she is 80 years old. She's still a strong woman. I don't know how strong she is now, but she's strong for 80. She know how to take care of business. And I bet you her mind, all these things that happened, maybe things we didn't even see, but all these things that happened, they're rolling over in her mind now. Sorry, because I'm so late. I don't know the reference. Oh, we just talking about there was a family that had a chain of restaurants. The first one started in St. Louis, and Robbie Montgomery, she was one of three of a background singer for Ike and Tina Turner. And then when her lung collapsed or something to do with her lungs and she couldn't sing anymore, she opened up a restaurant and was very successful. Well, at that time, when she was getting it all together, her son was in prison for 10 years. When he came out, um, he came home and she started him into the restaurant, and then he began to learn more and more and open up more. She ended up taking him to court for copyright infringement and taking money. And then come to find out he really he owe IRS and is in a lot of debt. And so he was arrested not too, few days ago because he put a insurance policy on his nephew, his dead brother's son, murder for hire. In 2016, his nephew was murdered, and finally they traced everything back to him. So that's is much more to it, but that's the nuts everything in a nutshell. Marie says Miss Robbie knows that man. She brought him in the world. That's why she left his in jail with a free. Okay, yeah, she's not stupid. She's not stupid at all. Hold on, you guys, just for a second. Okay, guys. Well, guys, I have been on here for 2 hours. Thank you guys for showing up, and um, that's an interesting subject. I think is so many unanswered questions about the whole. We know some things, but I'm telling you guys, I don't believe we know half of what was in that devious mind of Tim Norman. I just don't believe that we know. We speculating, and I believe a lot of things that we speculating may be spot on, but we don't really know yet. But I'm gonna end this, guys. um this live, I appreciate you. You guys stay cool, stay safe, um and have a productive week. I appreciate you. But I'm gonna go on and fix my little leftovers with my pot roast meatballs, mashed potatoes, and peas. I'm gonna make me a plate and I'm gonna kick back. Um, like I said, I'm gonna have the link to these three content creators in case you want to pop in when they're having, like a virtual watch for other channels and build your watch time up, build your subscriber count up. I'll put that in the description. If you don't see it, just give me a little bit more time, to get it on there. I'll try not to take too long. But you guys stay safe. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Nadia and Wild Boy and Coleman and Sasha and Marie. Yeah, I think your name is Jill Marie. I always call you by something I can pronounce easy. Who else was in here? I'm trying to go down everybody. Shout out to everyone who came on. I think Deborah Mosley was here. Thank you, Deborah. Eurydice was here. Purple was here. I think that's it. I apologize if I missed anyone. Um, Peace to you, Wild Boy. Thank you. Thank you always. Thank you, Coleman. Yeah, it was good, Coleman. It was. And I made enough that I don't have to cook. I can just reheat. So that's good. Although I don't mind cooking it, if it's real hot, I'll turn the air on, but I don't really mind cooking. In fact, a lot of times I really like it. But I'll see you guys and thank you for joining me. Like I said, have a great evening. Good night.